Jackson, I think the dog just peed on one of the mooring workers.
Well, you better shoot him then.
Why would you shoot the dog?
Because it peed on a mooring line, that's very, very, very highly important for this airship here.
No, no, no. He peed on the person holding the line.
Oh, okay, then, as long as the person doesn't let go, we're good, we're good. Don't worry.
uh, yes, folks, this is the Graf Zeppelin, the one of the largest airships of our time, next to the Hindenburg. And yes, you are seeing my camera having an incredibly hard time panning outward from the area. Because the ship is it's bigger than the Spruce Goose, folks. I parked the Spruce Goose next to this thing. And the Spruce Goose was probably about to the first engine pylon from the nose. Yeah.
So it's pretty big.
Yeah, and if you're wondering why the cabin's a little weird, the lighting's a little messed up and stuff, but it's at the dawn, so we'll be able to see eventually. Because we're going to take this on a bit of a flight. And one thing we should address right now, new microphone, so yeah, I'm probably going to sound different. Everybody else is saying I sound different, which is a pain in the butt to fix the freaking the ropes I really railed in. It's, you want to tell them what this ship originally was, Jackson? Or FS
Well,
2004?
the ship was originally FS 2004 payware, but the creator, Bill Lyon, if I'm correctly,
Yes.
along with somebody else, just decided to put it as freeware as long as no modifications were made. So people are going by that, and we're all good.
Yes, and this is a fully fleshed out interior. Even one of the engine pylons has a cabin on it. We will we'll move our camera out to that pylon. Let me just tell you folks, it's going to take a while. Because of the fact that there's a mod for this aircraft that originally was for FSX that was meant to assist in this. Here's the problem. Number 1, FS 2004. Number 2, payware. Which sometimes I wonder how FS 2004 payware stays payware, considering the flight sim's not supported by Microsoft anymore and pretty much dead. You could say the same for FS itself, because it's been 8 years and flight sim's getting a new developer, but if they don't let me redeem my CD key on Steam, I'm not buying it again until they release the new version. But new hopes for the flight sim, folks. We're possibly going to get a new flight sim for once. Alright, Jackson, do I dismiss the ground crew first or no?
No, you actually correct the ballast load and then you dismiss.
Did I just hear something about new flight simulator?
And Flaming James time then.
Well, yeah. I was pretty much constantly monitoring Facebook, and then I saw a post by Frugal Sim linking to a Dovetail Games website where they posted a news update. Therefore, I told Ace from there.
And folks, we're getting ready
Yeah.
to lift off here. We're going to lift our
Yeah.
engine started.
I'm just gonna go back to sleep.
And
Yeah.
folks, we are airborne. And there goes Mr. Jenkins giving us the editorial and then quickly going back to sleep. You can tell what he does with his day, ladies and gentlemen. And
To be fair, it is like 11 o'clock.
Yeah, it is the clock for you. And folks, the Graf Zeppelin is airborne. She's a bit of a trick to get airborne if you don't know what you're doing, but once you do, she's beautiful. Just
At first, you might die trying.
oh yeah, I still remember that takeoff from KJAA.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson turned the plane.
Into a disco ball.
No, it's just a blimp or airship. He turned it into a meteorite. Just
Oh yeah, it looked like a bombshell.
yeah, 2 seconds after takeoff, he's flying, all of a sudden, whoosh, into the ground, kapoosh. It's like, Jackson could fly there. And folks, what you saw moving out of the ship there when we took off was actually the ballast load, the water in the back of the ship being jettisoned. that keeps on the ground. So now we are officially flying. And folks, let me give you the fuel capacity of this fine craft here. 1 gallon.
Yep.
Most fuel efficient plane plane, airship, boat, whatever I've ever seen. Well, now she's turned.
That 1 gallon seems highly unrealistic.
Well, okay, you want
Well, thinking about the weight and everything that has to be counted in order.
It's just full of air.
No, yeah, but not in real life.
Hydrogen.
I mean, in the sim,
Yeah.
I mean, it could just cope with all the regular fuel weights, so they just had to do it like that and make the engines efficient, but to the point that it burns at the same rate with that amount.
Yeah, the fuel flow scaler in this is hilarious.
Technically, it's just one big giant hydrogen balloon being pushed by 5 engines. Really,
Yep.
5 mini fan engines.
Well, that's it. Actually.
It's pretty much. And correct me if I'm wrong, Jackson. Flying these ships were a luxury, and they were meant to be because it only held. This one only held what, 60 passengers?
Yeah, I think so.
Let me put a notch in. I want to climb a little, folks. That hydrogen wheel is actually. I figured this out today. We found this wonderful bird, the flaps. You see, what they've done here is very cleverly made the flaps extremely lifting. They've made the aircraft weight extremely light to begin with, but the flaps, you know, that's why I can get it off the ground so easily there. Is, you know, they've built it to act like an airship in a way. I mean, shoot, we just got done watching The Aviator a few days ago, and it's just like, just seeing this airship, it's like... You think they used one of the Graf Zeppelins in The Aviator? Or in the Hells Angels?
I'm not sure.
Might have used a scale model, but it was definitely a model off one of these. And yes, folks, the ship does have a very slow turn rate. I mean, it's a blimp. What are you expecting? An F-16 fighter turn where it just pulls around 2 seconds? Actually, is it the... Oh, we did a pretty quick turn if I'm at the same... I'm going to check the video. No, I think we're at a different tower. I was going to say, because the tower that marks the downwind for this airfield, let me check for it.
What airfield are you at?
Zeppelin Hills. It's,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's why I was like, let me check that tower for the downwind. That tower is not, maybe there's a cell tower there actually.
You should check out Lakehurst. It's good scenery. That you know, the one that came with it.
Oh yeah. This, folks, we found a back alley site. I call it back alley because we've never heard of it till now. It's where the guy developed all this stuff at, but it is just, unless you read some outhouse forums and stuff, it's real under the radar.
Yep.
Jackson, feel free to explain the map and systems that are currently inoperable while I get the ship in a cruise at about 3,000 feet.
Okay, well, the ship was made for FS as payware for FS 2004. So now, since FSX has been out for a few years, almost a decade, the publisher about 5 years ago decided to, put it out as freeware from payware. And most of the well, not most, a few of the gauges don't work because those are FS98 gauges, which were compatible with FS 2004, but not FSX. So at the moment, we're missing a gauge on the slide ruler, which would have allowed us to see the distance and heading to our destination according to that slide ruler and the coordinates and stuff. And if you press shift 2 right now, Ace, also our position should be on that map. That's why it comes up with a pop-up when the first time you open it, because it should be showing your position. Obviously it isn't, but yeah. And also a wind gauge. I don't know where it would go, but a wind gauge, yeah.
And I think the sextant might have worked too.
The what?
The sextant.
What's that?
The celestial navigational device, the sextant.
Oh, okay. No,
The thing
okay.
that the Supercon, the original 749s navigated by.
No, I don't think that would have worked.
That could have been misinterpreted.
No, trust me. They make that joke in Ed, Ed, and Eddie for Pete's sake. What'd you say it was again? I fixed it. It's like, yeah, real mature Cartoon Network. This when their humor starts to die.
Hmm.
No, the human started to die in 2007, if you ask me.
Don't even get me started about Robot Boy again. Took the dang show off the air, put it back on the air 2 days, like 3 months later. It's like, I wanted to watch it back then. Now I don't want to watch it. Good job.
Don't you mean years?
Yeah, I think it was a few years, wasn't it?
I don't know.
But,
Back on topic.
yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. As this aircraft actually has a few good features, which I'm tempted to demonstrate, but I'm sorry, folks. I can't click this button here and this button here. They're songs, and we all know how YouTube has that nice nifty little thing of if it picks up a bit of audio that's copyrighted, and granted, considering it's older classical music, oh, you can bet it's copyrighted at the yin-yang. No. You can listen to it for yourself. Jackson can probably put the names of the songs in the description if he knows them, which most likely...
Actually, I could mention them right now.
Okay.
They've both been used for movies, and actually, they've both been used in a movie about the Graf Zeppelin. The first one, which is the coffee cup one, is Zeppelin DUA, and the second one, which is on the
Postcard.
picture, it's called Zeppelin Sky, so they would use that when it was airborne. If you see the movie, you might recognize them. I'm not sure. I haven't seen the movie, but I read that it was on the movie, so I'm gonna trust on that.
Alright, folks. We're only at 1,000 feet, but I'm going to level her out, considering the fact she's an old bird, and she's not got a climb rate of a god. AKA the Mustang Spitfires, and anything with a fast climb rate in FS. But the Autopilot, I'm guessing she...
GX.
The NGX too. That sucker hits 10,000 feet in like 3 minutes. But I'm not sure if the real Zeppelins had an autopilot system, but the reason there's one in this one, folks, is do you want to manually trim out this thing? Because it's a lighter than aircraft that is very tricky to trim out, and you're one guy when there's supposed to be like 3-4 guys up here helping you do this.
Exactly.
Granted, I have a bit of a stand against the autopilot. I forgot to add the helmsman. There they are. But folks, I use the autopilot in this thing because it's too complicated to do it on your own. You just can't. Jackson, did you click the phonograph once to get that to show up?
Oh no, there should be a switch in front of it.
Okay. I
Two
left
switches.
the door open.
Yo, Ace.
That I feel on, I didn't hear it.
I have a solution to your issues flying it by yourself.
Multiplayer.
Practice with the J Cub.
Wait, what?
Practice with the Piper Cub.
Okay, why are you bringing this up suddenly?
It'll help you practice your stick and rudder skills.
Oh. Hey, I fly stick and rudder in real life.
And so will I within the next 6 months.
Yeah.
Well, anybody that doesn't fly stick and rudder isn't flying at all.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Jackson, is there a radio operator that spawns in, or is it just a sole empty room?
I don't know. I haven't moved the camera around enough to see if anything spawns in.
And yes, folks, there is an ADF here, but it's very basic, folks. It's correct me if I'm wrong. That needle will indicate if you're pointing straight towards the station or away from the station.
No, but that doesn't work. It just stays right there.
And we can replace it with a more modernized version.
Yeah, it's just a PDI actually.
Yeah, it's like the 17's PDI. Now
Yeah.
you said click just in front of the...
Where?
No, I'm not clicking. I can't run that song there because there's a song that plays on that, I think. Oh, the switch.
What on where?
File not found.
The other one.
The lower
Charles.wave.
one?
WAV, whatever.
WAV.
Yeah, just say
hold on.
Yeah.
This isn't spawn. People haven't spawned in, but I'm sure as heck hoping this music doesn't get copyrighted. Okay, that's enough of that.
It's really fitting.
Yeah, it's fitting, but YouTube. How'd you get all those guys to spawn in at once?
Oh, you have to move over to the seat that's closest to the window on the table at which the woman spawns at.
Which table does the woman spawn at?
Which way are you facing? Are you facing towards the rear door?
Yeah.
Then the table to the right, next to that door.
Okay. Yes, folks.
And
As we said, the camera add-on for this doesn't work properly. I'm guessing if walk and follow and whatchamadoodle, that fancy flight sim one.
you have to sit in the
Easy
seat.
dock.
Easy dog.
Yeah,
Which
you have to
seat
sit
do
in,
I have to sit in?
on the corner one.
Oh, jeez. Don't ever leave your screen share running on these guys again, Jackson.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm hovering over the seat. Do I have to move the camera down lower?
No. It doesn't matter up or down. Just keep moving backwards with Control Enter
add
until they
flight
appear.
Add flight something with passengers. Oh, it's a button somewhere. I saw a prompt for it.
Didn't you click already? Isn't the crew appearing on the front?
Yeah, but
Then
there's
the
one
people should appear.
I'm not exact. I'm not centered with the seat slightly, I think.
No, you don't have to be at center. Just keep pressing Control Enter. Keep looking that way, and they should appear.
Slenderman.
Yep.
Okay, which one was the derpy one that looked incredible? Wait, there's only two guys.
The one that's behind. No. You have to move a little bit more. Control Enter, and you'll see the guy. He's behind the column. By the way, Charles Xavier,
Oh yeah, I'll try to show him. Oh, it's creepy.
Senior.
Okay, I'm not seeing him.
I don't like how the woman just stares blankly towards you.
I am all the way starting to clip through the wall, and I'm not seeing that guy.
He should be there. He's there for me. You see the doorman,
No.
the guy that's standing next to the door.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that's the doorman. Okay. Do you see the woman?
Yeah, I see the woman. That's about it.
Do you see the Charles Xavier?
No.
He should be on the table opposite to you.
No, he's not. He's just the doorman. I'm moving over towards Charles Xavier at the moment, where he's supposed to be spawning at. But no, that one guy, he...
No. If you keep moving, they won't show. You know, you have to be on the seat. If you move forwards with Control Backspace, they'll disappear. Actually, go move over to the table that's on the other side of the hallway, and see if you can see the two guys.
Hold on. Alright. Okay. So I'm over here where Charles Xavier sits, and I'm seeing nothing.
No, you can't sit right where they sit because they just disappear.
I'm not in his seat, though.
Where are you?
I'm at the table.
Which table?
The one across from the woman.
Okay, never mind that. You don't see them. That's a shame.
Ugh, I don't want to see him. Folks, he is creepy as all heck. I believe, are all the staterooms modeled or just the one?
What?
Are all the staterooms modeled or is it just one?
No, just the one.
That is the most uncomfortable pillow ever.
Did you see the luggage?
Yeah, that thing is just... Sure that's not a house in there? Also, folks, let's go to work on the typewriter.
Let's see here. I don't know if the woman on the photograph is supposed to be the one at the table.
I'm guessing maybe, but they look nothing alike. scared, Jackson.
And did you see that the clock tells you the real time?
Oh, it does. I didn't look
The
at
watch, the watch
it.
on the
I
table.
suspected it did. Let me guess. To get to the engine compartment, I either clip through the fuselage or go through that ladder I saw.
Yeah, yeah. You either way, you still have to go through the fuselage.
Yeah, which the fuselage isn't modeled. Sadly enough, it isn't modeled, folks. But as we said, the rudderman station is just in front of the wheel, is it not? I believe
What?
we just passed over Plant City. That's Vandenberg, I think. I'm trying to figure out where we're at. This hallway is long.
No, just press Shift Enter. Go over it.
Shift enter. Yeah, I'm over the hallway. I'm in the
Do you see the engine?
Yeah, no, I know where it is. I've been here. Slowly clipping towards it. I'm just trying to... Let me see if I can figure out where we're at. Oh, yeah, I think we just passed Pilot Country. No, that's Plant City. Lakeland's right over there. Yeah. Just trying to figure out where the heck I had this Zeppelin head. Oh, and if you folks are wanting to fly fast and far with this thing, sorry, it takes 12 hours to do a 1,000 nautical mile flight.
Just about. Well, it is far, just not fast.
Yeah, well, it go far.
Hey, Jackson,
Yeah.
did you ever complete that flight?
I'm sorry. Wait, which flight?
Zeppelin. I think it was down to St. Louis.
Oh no! Right now I'm in Columbus, heading for Cincinnati, and from there I'll go to St. Louis. Yeah.
Yeah, he was gonna check out the Hindenburg for that we found, but it's just a blatant remodeling with a horrible cockpit design. I'm tempted to click that bow gas thing and see what happens.
It's plow gas.
Is that back engine past this one model?
What?
Is that back engine past the one I'm going into modeled or something?
No, I don't think so. It's
What?
just what you see, I think.
Alright, folks, it's taking a while to get back here. The problem with FS is the camera gets slower the further away you get from the point of origin. Either that or it's just the fact this airship's massive.
Or both.
No, I think it's the fact of the airship size because I can clip my camera. I can walk my camera through that 707 pretty quickly. And the BAE Concorde. Still loving that trick they did though for the cockpit. For the, you know.
Yeah.
Having despawn the model when it's not in use.
Yeah, which I seriously think A2A should take note and make like full-fledged airplanes now and have the door cause the cockpit to disappear, or not the cockpit to disappear, but the cabin area or whatever area to disappear. Because that's a genius idea, actually. You know, Jackson.
The Concorde is about 4 years old. I'd say it's coming up to 5 years old now.
I think the A2A Strat is one of their oldest stuff, like in terms of the AccuSim engine existing.
Alright, I'm inside the engine compartment.
I'm just not getting there. That engine looks like a V12.
Yeah, it is a V12.
Must have been back when those dang things didn't do anything. These V12s of today. I don't know what I... Oh,
I don't think V12s are mountain cars anymore, if you ask me.
Jackson, I figured out what that switch did.
What?
It's fuel cutoff.
Nice.
It
Very
cut
good.
off my set of engines. Like, ba-da-dim, ba-da-dim, ba-da-dim. Like, okay.
Oh god, Control E, Control E, Control E.
Yes.
No, it started up on its own. This is an interesting engine.
Well, there's not much really. I mean,
No, it's better though than that Supermarine thing we thought was gonna be amazing. This turned out to be a pile of turd. I remember when we were hunting for the Zeppelin stock and that thing was so hard to find. And as you can see, folks, we can walk right into the propeller. Squish. Does it actually stop? Like you can look at it stopped, or
I don't know. I think you can't.
can't?
I think you can.
Yeah,
I said.
He said, God. He's an unbeliever, folks. Kill him. Alright. Move the camera forward. We're going to clip through the wheelman's head here because I don't like to fly this. Oh, he disappears when you get close to him. Okay, good job.
Yeah, I know.
I guess they figured people are going to want to do the same thing we're doing. Just flying it right from here because there's no better way to fly an airship.
Yeah, and the rest of the rest of the crew, if you go forward, if you go more forwards than them, they disappear, just like the rest of the passengers.
Trying to figure out how far I should take her. I'm tempted to take her to Sarasota, but yeah, you know, like I'm starting to point her right towards Sarasota. But there's a nice field. I'm probably gonna try to land her in, considering how slow she flies. I'll probably take her there myself after the video, folks. But I'd rather not make you watch a whole boring Zeppelin flight. I mean, not everybody has the patience to watch a Zeppelin fly the equivalent of 70 knots.
Yeah, they cruise around 75.
Yeah, which means, folks, if you want to fly that AN2 right beside your nice Zeppelin, you can! But wait, there's more.
Nice advertisement you got there.
Billy Mays. Billy Mays. Yeah, folks, but this is just, I mean, I understand this is a flight sim, but this is just something, this is something else. I mean, look at this. It's a blimp in flight sim. Is that an airport?
All we need now is a hot air balloon, yay!
No, they have hot air balloons, I think. They suck. They have a lunar lander. It's horribly modeled, though. Alright, we're gonna cut the back engine.
Good job, Neil.
Procedure in this Zeppelin. And we're gonna engage. We're not gonna engage our hydrogen just yet. Now, technically, Jackson, to make it go up, you would increase the hydrogen and decrease the hydrogen if you want it to go down. But yeah, correct me if I'm wrong. Is that not what you want to do?
I don't know.
I think you have to increase it to make it go up because hydrogen is lighter. But the problem is, I think it's either a mistranslation or the guy just called it the one way instead of the other.
One small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind.
Rest in peace, Neil Armstrong. Rest in peace.
Well, you said moon landing, and it is one small step for a man, isn't it?
Oh, no, I meant to mention the lunar lander, but yes, according to Neil Armstrong, it was a man, but of course, because of the transmission, or he forgot to say it, it depends on...
That's what he said, it.
I think he said it. He said it. I don't think that he would forget something that he wrote especially for that.
Really? I've seen presidents do that.
Well, let's just say presidents suck at their job.
True that. Now we got Bill Clinton breathing down our necks. No, actually, no, he's partying with us, actually. Okay, moving away from the political jokes. We're gonna anger some people.
Either that or he's sniffing some sugar. Wink, wink.
No, that was Bush.
Wasn't it both?
Same people.
If anybody gets what I mean by the Bush comment, yeah, you are a Family Guy watcher then. Okay, we're gonna gauge hydrogen.
Wait, what was the Bush comment?
It was a Family Guy joke I'd seen. It was the Chris and Meg breaking the Bush.
Yeah. They had to go and steal his
His underwear.
underpants.
It's like, look at this, Mr. Bush has all of his sugar nice and lined up for his coffee in the morning. I'm like, oh my god, you're a moron.
Oh, for his breakfast, they said, actually.
Yeah, well, you can put it in your coffee. Get one heck of a kick out of it, though. Alright, folks, we're going to put her down this field here because Zeppelins commonly did that. Though usually Zeppelins had a tower to dock onto to hold them down so the ground crew didn't constantly sit there, but since Flight Sim didn't model that, well, you know.
On Lake Hurst, there's another U.S. Navy Zeppelin docked on a tower.
You know, if A2A made a Zeppelin, the Hindenburg, Graf Zeppelin, whatever, I think I'd honestly buy it, because just for the fact of saying I have the A2A Graf Zeppelin that freaking has realism on it, and I can blow my engine somehow and get a hydrogen leak or something. That'd be interesting. Realistic Zeppelin.
Is there a Graf Zeppelin still in service today?
No, hell no.
I mean, still flyable.
Dude,
No.
again, I quote myself
Exactly.
from earlier. The KC-97 was not flying when A2A built their Shadow Cruiser, but they built it anyway, didn't they? They didn't have a KC-97 that flew to work on it with. They just worked with the Berlin Airlift Foundation on the Angel of Deliverance to figure everything out.
Well, I'm sure I read recently that they said something along the lines that if we haven't got anything to study on that aircraft, we can't do it.
They actually do have a lot they can study. Design plans, fight performance, features. There's a lot of data out there on these things. I mean, it's not like these things weren't amazingly popular. You know, it's like, oh no, the Graf Zeppelin. Yeah, totally not the Hindenburg disaster and all that we'd remember. They're well documented. The designs are well documented.
So-
Heck, you can build a scale
So
model.
what happened? Did it fly over a war zone in World War One or World War Two and
This
a
thing's
bullet
30,
just-
This is 37, dude. We're talking 37. We're not talking 19.
wait? When was the Hindenburg disaster?
Wasn't it like 1938 or something, Jackson?
What?
So it was a year
Hindenburg
before the
disaster.
war then.
I think it was like 37.
Yeah.
Yeah, 37. Yeah. I
So
see
it was
it right
just
here.
before the
37.
war then.
Yeah. What happened was, James, static had built up.
Bullet misfire.
Oh, it was in America when this happened. So bullet misfire. But it was static on the fuselage that arced off on the skin, which was doped with the highly explosive compound, which...
Doped.
Hilarious. But the problem is the Hindenburg may not have burned as quickly, and people may have a chance to get out. But I believe it was America or some country. I'm remembering America because I had to do a whole report on this. It was actually the reason the Hindenburg caught on fire was the hydrogen inside. When the skin caught on fire, the hydrogen just whoosh.
Fuck it. People died anyway.
Half the ship died. Half the people in that ship died. Trailing ropes are going down.
Nothing really could have done, to be honest. Yeah, not my problem.
Wow, Hindenburg disaster, folks, and James' reaction. Not my problem.
What, is it your problem, Ace?
It's somebody's problem. And folks, what you're seeing right now is me failing to pilot this blimp properly. And the fact that she loves to pitch up or down too much, so I'm just trying to avoid her pitching up too badly, or pitching down too badly, because I don't technically it would float down a lot smoother than this. Less notch of hydrogen applied. There we go. She's
Actually, thinking about it, it was their fault. They should have installed some fire safe systems, to be honest.
Do you realize that they would be breathing hydrogen then? It's hydrogen, dude.
Yes.
The Hindenburg was using hydrogen on that flight because the U.S. would not allow them to use helium because they wouldn't want to export their helium. The U.S. had a lot of helium, but they wouldn't want to export it because they didn't want to waste it because it was very rare.
Totally
So-
rare. Sorry, Andrew.
So the U.S. didn't give them helium because the U.S. was practically the only helium producer in the world by that time. And the U.S. wouldn't give them helium because of the Helium Conservation Act. So, yeah. No exporting, no helium for the Hindenburg, hydrogen for the Hindenburg, explosion of the Hindenburg.
Yeah, folks, sorry
Wait,
about
so
this sound
helium's
effect
not
you're
that rare now, though, is it?
I don't think so.
No. Okay, folks, I'm gonna have to seriously turn down the Hindenburg, not the Hindenburg, but my sim here. I'm sorry about this, but this is a glitch. I have to go rip out this sound effect again because it apparently didn't rip out when I told it to. And it's very loud, as you can hear. Jackson, of course, knows it. It's the freaking whistle noise. It doesn't want to shut up. I've cut my throttles. I think the ground crew takes a minute to appear. Ground crew.
You have to shut off your ballast.
Oh, you have to rehit the
And the
switch.
hydrogen. And the engines.
Forgot to shut off the hydrogen. Engines are off. There we go. Yes, folks, I can't help the you're hearing. I think it's gotten into my sound folder on my flight sim, which I may have to go rip it out manually. But I thought, actually, I just deleted out the sound CFG. That'll fix the problem. But, if you guys are looking for a Zeppelin that, flies like an actual Zeppelin, pretty much is an actual Zeppelin flight sim. I mean, shit, look at this. Even sitting in the field like this looks proper. But, if you guys are wanting some a Zeppelin and some scenery, we've got the link for you, and you can download this. It's actually really interesting to fly, even though it's a Zeppelin. And
Wait, who actually got the link for you?
Jackson.
What?
Exactly. So,
No. What was your question?
James is making a comment about something I said, which was redundant.
well, you said we got the link for you. Well, technically it was Jackson. Oh well.
See him and his technicalities. Let me see if I can shut off that sound effect, folks. Nope. Oh, yeah, if you shut the batteries off, the ground crew disappears. Boop. I think the big rad dome on the bottom there was just
That's a bumper race.
Yeah, that's what I figured it was. Folks, word of advice, don't ever look at the models holding down the airplane. Don't. They're creepier than the people in the blimp. But that was this was the Graf Zeppelin for FS.
LZ 127. Yeah.
And pretty much it is, unless there's a bigger plane or airship or blimp. Well, there's a difference between a blimp and an airship, so I'm told. But unless there's something bigger, this is, I think there is. I think I've seen like carriers within this, but this is the biggest flying object in FS. Don't quote me on it, it's the only one I've encountered. This is bigger than a 747, so have fun with your new Zeppelin.
Is it bigger than an Antonov?
Yes, it's bigger than the Spruce Goose, dude.
I think it's as big as the Titanic. I should look that up.
Holy shit!
Yeah. But,
Let's just hope it doesn't crash into an iceberg in midair, huh?
no. If you want to be specific about an iceberg, let's hope it don't crash into Mount Everest.
Yeah, well, you get my point.
Yep. Alright, folks, we'll give you the download link in the description and so forth. Excuse the audio quality. I'm still getting used to the sound balancing levels I have to do for FS recording. I mean, this is a pain that took us to freaking get to record FS properly. But have fun with your new Zeppelin. And don't fly near any lightning storms. I think this one's still doped in flammable compound. Bye.